Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you collective energy reading. I hope everybody is well. I hope you had a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right. Oh, let's see. Let me get things in order. So, what's up? Talk to me. How are you? How are your day? What's going on? How are you? What's new with you? Mm, Listen. Hey, Carmen. Hola. ¿Qué pasó? How was your day? How's life? Mm. Hey, money. What's good? No. Let's start with the download before I start pulling these cards, right? So, I was saying earlier to Black Cherry. Okay, so today was my daughter's graduation. For those of you who know, you know. And I will share pictures with those that need to know. Okay? Carmen and anybody. But yeah, so I was like, I don't know what today gonna be about. I ain't getting no download. Girl, I wanna say a half hour later, Spirit said, I know your download. Here you go. And divine protection is no joke. And sometimes the enemy sets things before you with the expectation of your failure, not understanding truly how gifted, how protected you actually are. And, you know, evening, um, yeah, evening, red elephant. So, they don't know, they don't understand how protected you are. Even their distractions can't, you know what I'm saying, can't penetrate you. And you have to know, like, you gotta walk with that knowing, that deep knowing that you are divinely protected. You wouldn't have got where you are right now if you weren't. Hey, you want my attention, don't do it like that. It's not nice. Um, it's raining here hard as hell in Chicago. In Chicago, I mean in my state. Flooding actually. Flooding. And the news said y'all, FEMA said they ain't prepared for no other emergencies. You hear me? FEMA said, so basically any natural disaster that happens, you on your USOL, because they said we ain't got you. We ain't got no, we can't offer no help. And that's probably from all the funding that's been cut or used. Whatever. They cannot do it. So don't ask. I guess he said, I ain't coming out to look at your state because I ain't sending no aid and I don't give no F's, is what he's saying. So, it's going to be really interesting across the states, y'all. Like it ain't breaking news every other day, but let's go into this instead of that because if I wake up again to some damn breaking news, I'm gonna break some damn body because I'm tired of breaking news. If, especially the reason why we keep having the breaking news. Mm, 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 mm. So yeah, you know, some of y'all don't realize it, and you'll see, or maybe if you reflect, you'll see how the enemy conspired against you. People that you know, people that said that they cared about you, people who, oh, I got your back, I'm there for you. And then when that time comes and you need them to be there, they show you who they are, who they really are. And you may not be anybody that, I don't know. It's like sometimes you never know when you're going to need somebody. That's why you don't screw people over, right? But it could be times where you might have been the strong one 90% of the time. And then the one time that you needed some type of support from anybody in particular in your life that you've never needed it from, and they can't show up, or they choose not to, they show you just who they are, right? And it's not your job to overthink for them. It's not your job to make excuses for people because you're hurt or whatever. It's your job. It's your job to have full acceptance of the matter and not be a crash out. You know, I want to say I thank the universe for getting to the level of wherever I am right now, of maturity, I guess, because I can be a crash out. Like even if it's quiet right now, it's still in me. It's still in me to be a crash out if I need to be a crash out. But who wants to be walking around here crashed out? Girl, I'm ready. We can opt out and not pay no more of these bills and live an easier life, money. Yes, we can. Can we go? Sure, I'm pretty sure one of them little drone things just have to give the signal and tell whoever in the mothership, okay, they're ready, guys. I think it's time. But no, seriously, the and people will test your gangster. They will do things to test your gangster. Man, they don't mean that. Da 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 da. People will take you. 100 scenarios just came in mind. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta know. I never, when I was about, I think I was 17, 16, 17. I was dating this guy out of state. We talked on the phone a lot. We didn't really get the chance to see each other. No big deal. But he would do certain things to annoy me. But and then one day I stopped and asked him, like, yo, why you keep acting like that? Why do you behave like that? He was like, well, I just be wanting to see how angry you're gonna get because you never get angry. And for the first time I thought about it when he did all of that, and I thought to myself, why would you like poke the bear? Like, why would you do that? Because one day, if I get as mad as you are trying to get me, eh, basically, I didn't have the language of crash out, but basically, if you make me crash out, I may black out, and there's no point of return. So, why would you poke the bear? Why would you poke the bear? So now, I can see that, at this big age, I can see now from a further distance out. Like, you know how you can, when you have emotional intelligence, I'll tell you, you can actually span out in your life and can see where certain shit is heading. And you know what you're capable of. You know what you're going to do. And I can say, oh, I'm a pass on that. No, thank you. I'm not going to head down that road. Most people don't want to drag you down that road or are confused. Why? They want to trigger you. They want to see that emotion. They waiting to see how you gonna react. They waiting to see you get upset. Don't give them that. Like Ply said, I ain't arguing with you. You big mad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't arguing with you. And you got to pull your energy back from people that want to see that out of you. Because one, it's not healthy, right? If you're going to crash out, at least it be something worthwhile to crash out on. You know what I'm saying? Demanding justice or something like that. But just for the sake of this person want to get on your nerves and cause you kind of, you know, headaches and chaos bringer. You know what I'm saying? That you got to be the chaos coordinator. No, fuck out of here with that. You know, and it was just Teacher Appreciation Week last week. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what's your top two teachers? You know, my child told me. And I was like, all right, we're going to have to go there, give them this gift. Because we ain't got it all like that to handle all your teachers. Although I know you like them, no. So, um, so I was like, okay, what's a good teacher appreciation? And they got this thing called Chaos Coordinator. And it just talks about, I guess, the person that's calm in the middle of the storm of all the drama and chaos of blah 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 blah. And I mean, that's admirable. But you know, do you really want to be that person all the time? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're gonna be the one that bring the chaos if the wrong person tests you. If you know who you are, I know who I am. I know a lot of people. They, you know, a lot of times we react until we learn that people are out to get us to react, right? It's also a learning process of who you are. You react until you realize, oh no, this person intentionally pushes my button. Peace, Lati. This person is intentional in trying to get next to me right now. Sorry, I take a swig. And your responsibility to yourself is to not let somebody test you like that. All right, Spirit. Let's get a let's get a card. People just be thinking that they can get you, and also, you know, our ancestors are no joke. You know, if you listen, if you hear that intuition voice inside you, talk to you. A lot of times it could be your ancestral spirit guides telling you like, don't go down that road. Remember what happened last time? Or this person, don't they remind you of so and so? Yeah, they do got a lot in common with so and so. Well, you want to keep doing what you did with so and so? Hell no. You got to have them conversations in your head, and you got to listen. However it sounds. Thank you for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell me more. Unapologetically real. If you don't like the truth, get a step in. It says honest, candid, unwavering, transparent, sincere, trustworthy, direct, bold, integrity, all of that, fearless, frank, loyal, blah blah blah. That's me, and a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? When you get into a certain age, when you get into a certain stage of wisdom in your life, you are unapologetically yourself. You're more transparent. You're frank. You're authentic. And the reason why I say when you get to a certain age, because when you're younger, you typically, peace, what's up? When you're younger, you tend to people please a little longer in life because, you know, hey, you know, you want to respect your elders or you want to maintain friendships and stuff like that. So sometimes in your youth, you'll tolerate a little bit more than what you would do when you're older because you understand the value of time by the time you get a little older, right? And I just feel like I'm not calling anybody old here, but a lot of y'all are wiser. I would say that. No matter what age you are, and you realize, like, listen, if you don't like it, you know, it's cool. I'm authentic, right? And you know, you see the title in the description box below. This is straight no chaser readings, right? I ain't trying to coddle your feelings. I'm not trying to make you feel warm and fuzzy just for the sake of making you warm and fuzzy. If it's ugly, it's ugly. I'm gonna call it what it is. Sometimes I don't like calling it what it is, but shit, whatever spirit tell me, I'm gonna tell you. And if you don't like it, you can get to stepping. You ain't gotta stay here. Okay? Don't come here projecting on my channel. Don't come here spamming my channel. Don't come here disrespectful. And we can all be at peace. Because, you know, I am a chaos bringer, should I want to. And we do have what we call is the block party. Okay? We will block the fuck out of you over here. Just because we like our peace. Anyway, tell me more. Yeah, I was running late too, Cherry. I was. I should have set a timer. I fell asleep 2 hours ago thinking I'm just take a little nap. I woke up exactly at like 9:30. Like, oh, I should be doing something right now. Ah! I was tired. Ooh, we got the rat energy. Greed, deceit, cowardice, sneakiness, infestation, short-sighted, opportunism, scavenging, and disease. Ew. Ew. Look at that. That's so nasty. So yeah, so now we got two opposite ends of the spectrum showing up here. Unapologetically real and rat energy. Okay, so we got so somebody does have opposition. There is someone in your life that is like on some old hide in the background. You know what I'm saying? They sneaky, they deceitful, they come at you kind of odd. You know what I'm saying? They carry diseases, and diseases I'm feeling is it's like they carry entity attachments, for a better word, right? Um, Yeah, you've been picking up on somebody polar opposite. Yeah, it's definitely polar opposite energy because a real person ain't dealing with greed and deceit. This somebody that's a pest. That's somebody in your energy that is just they out for themselves, and they hang with other low vibrational entities and energy. Right? This person could be easily possessed, so to speak. They can be easily tricked and easily played. Tell me more. Yeah, spiritual demons. Exactly. Big mouth. Uh-oh. Say we got shit talker. Foul mouth, yuck mouth, all talk, no action. Somebody breath stink. Tell me more, spirit. Mm. Oh no. You got a karmic battle that's been going on. Like, girl, I don't want none of that. Let me tell you something. I don't want none of that. I don't. I'm feeling like this needs to be the last cycle for me with a lot of shit, you know? Like I don't I don't feel a need to incarnate. I don't mind living a long time in this lifetime, but I don't think I want to come back here because it's ghetto here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no more lifetimes. I hope we end what we need to end right here. Right here, so like no need to drag this out and come back and do it again. Because one thing I believe, if you got to keep coming back and doing it again, it get harder just for you to learn the lesson. I don't want to learn no more new lessons. Shit. Yeah, Jumanji. Girl, we got to call it because what the fuck? No. Tell me more, spirit. My card's sticking. Kind of. Well, this deck always sticks. Halitosis. Funky funk. Strong tongue. So the challenge and the lesson is your strong ass tongue collector. This is where when you have that uncommon sense, you tend to prophesize over people, situations, people's lives. You can speak something into existence. And a lot of time it's not because you manifested, it's more so because you summed it up, you know, and I can't explain uncommon sense unless if you don't have it. But it feels like yeah, but 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? And a lot of times when you see it like that, the person who's experiencing it or about to experience it, they see it as, an algebraic expression, and they can't really get past the, well, I don't know what the y equals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the slope and the interslope and all of that's supposed to mean. You like, but it's just 1 plus 1. If you do that, X, Y, Z gonna happen. And they just like, no, because how do you know that? And then next thing you know, it happens. And they're like, you read it's not how, I don't know what it is. I don't know how people don't see what an intuitive person can see. I don't know. I know what it's called. I know what it sounds like. I just don't know. But anywho, so I see processing. Oh, sorry, possessing a powerful gift of prophecy. This individual can speak events into existence over others' lives with words that manifest destiny. They must wield their ability with care, wisdom, mindful of the impact of their speech. This is also too like a parent. A parent has to be very careful how they speak over their child's life. A parent has to be very careful how they speak over their child's life, because you know a lot of parents will tell you, okay, listen, you're going to go do this and you're going to do that, and the child may go ahead and follow that. But there's also times when a parent can say something and speak something into existence, subconsciously programming their child to do a thing, and it will derail their life. I can't explain. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, but yeah, we have to be careful. We have to be careful. All right. And the likely outcome. Let's get that. Cold-blooded. Wow. Aggressive, ruthless, predatory, territory, cunning. Oh, Lord. Okay. Spirit just said, whoever's in this rat energy in your life, and I just got chills. They, this is a very controlling individual. So even if they can't physically, because what you need, girl? Even if they can't physically control you, this person attempts to wield control. But I think it's going back to what I was talking about, that emotional manipulation type energy, trying to control you by, your gut reactions, or your, basically your emotions, like, trying to pull a love out of you, trying to pull a hate out of you, whatever they can do. And that to me is really like, it's ugly. It's somebody who doesn't know or doesn't appreciate the peace that you have, that would want to see you in a ugly position like that, right? And then we got dark cult as overall energy. So shadow, ritual, secrets. So there may be a group, because it's a covenant, chant, whatever, portal, evil and devil worship. It could be somebody in that rat energy got other people with them that's on some hating stuff. You know, like, they really just these are people that sitting around gossiping about you, um wishing you bad. You know what I'm saying? Whether they are into, witches or warlocks or whatever, they sit and they talk about you, and they want to wish you harm. They want to see you fail. They tell people you fail, and even when you're doing well, like, it don't even add up. But they trying. They trying to manifest something negative for you. These are jealous, envious, hateful, full of animosity, evil eye type people. That's what somebody got going on, because they're unapologetically real. This person is valid. You know what I'm saying? Trustworthy. People know who they are, what they're about. Tell me about unapologetically real. Tell me about unapologetically real, spirit. See, be careful who you confide in. There's some real heavy snake energy on here tonight. I don't know who somebody got that's going against them, but I just heard no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Matter of fact, any weapon formed against you, you will prosper. This person is not going to be able to get it off. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to harm you. Yep, snakes are listening. You know, some people listen to you and your when you talk real, so they can figure out a way to undermine you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what excuse me. That's sometimes the MO of snakes. They just go and they get intel. Go over to beloved and act innocent and see what they really about and what their hopes and wishes, what they planning, what they getting ready to do, so we can wish it away, so we can roadblock it, so we can go talk to so and so and make sure they don't get what they looking for. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Tell me more about this rat energy spirit. But again, no weapon formed against you gonna prosper. Yeah, so it ain't really what they think it's gonna be. Tell me more, spirit. STD. Now, what would you say? Oh, spiritually transmitted demons. That's what you were saying earlier. That's that spiritually transmitted demon. It's entity attachments. Now, here's the thing. That's how I see it. And I know, every reader's different and everybody's different how you feel, right? Some people got these strong entity attachments that travel with them through their bloodline. You ever come across somebody and everybody on some real grimy, just the whole bloodline just foul. You know what I mean? They do people dirty. They're very narcissistic. They selfish. They're bullies. They lie. They do all kind of bad, deceitful stuff, and it just keep flowing through the bloodline until somebody decides to break it. And then you'll find that there may have been curse breakers within the bloodline, but those are the ones that remove themselves from the main group. Like you don't hear about Uncle so and so no more, or you hear about Uncle so and so is several states away, or Auntie so and so. She don't come around. She don't go to the family gatherings, or she come once every 10 years. They out. They don't get involved no more, right? Because they see how poison the bloodline is. They don't take it personal. Don't even ask the questions no more. They just be like, yeah, that's them. I might be blood, but you know what I'm saying? And it's because people see, well, I should say it's the truth breakers, or I'm sorry, curse breakers that realize, oh shit, I'm surrounded by snakes. It's a lot of these motherfuckers, and they my family. Like, oh shit, so they stay away. They get cleansed by not being in association. Them entity attachments can't get in there and start getting in their ear and telling them to do certain things, and you know what I'm saying, and got them acting all kind of crazy ways and stuff like that. Can't do it. Can't touch them because they not even around any of it. They pull all the energy back. Yes, gotta cut the grass low so you can see the snakes. Absolutely. For me, I'm that auntie. I am the auntie that I do not come around. Or you could invite me. I mean, give me the option. You know. But if you don't, I'm not hurt either. I'm okay. Maybe others in my family be like, why didn't I invite you? Why you ain't blah, blah, blah. I'm okay. Don't save me a time. Save me some gifts. Save me some money. Save me some headaches. Save me from being around a lot of foolishness. Okay? So I don't give a fuck. But them spiritually transmitted demons is real. And the more you associate it, the more you start to become that. Even if you don't want to, you get drawn in. The more you know their story, the more you get drawn in. The more you talk about them, the more you drawn in. If them attachments want you and you not resisting it, if you ain't calling on your ancestors or allowing them to protect you by going in the direction you were led to go in, oh, you gonna become one too. That's how I go. That's how I go. So tell me about this big mouth, whoever this person is with this funky breath. Oh, so the big mouth won't tell you that they in love with you. This foul individual thinks they got love for you. Maybe you have love for them. Just like if it is family for you. Um, a lot of times regardless how foul people are, we love them, right? Don't mean we gotta associate with them, but it does mean that, look, I know this person all my life. This is my blood. I'm always love you, but I can't F with you. You feel me? And this person may think, oh, I love you too. I want you to know I love you. But at the same time, a snake is a snake and a rat is a rat. They still who they are. They still who they are. Don't ever take for granted the words that a person comes and uses to tell you they love you, but yet they don't show you because they acting like a snake or they acting like this rat. That's not love. And let me tell you something too about family stuff. That, is one thing that has been more and more affirmed for me lately than more than ever. Just because they're your family and you came from them, don't mean they love you. Or that you have a what they call a bond that's rooted in the love. That's what there's so many people that don't believe that. They think, oh, that's your parent, so or that's your sibling, so they love. That's just how that's just how they are. But they love you. No, no, no. They can be your enemy and still be your family. So you gotta take this with a grain of salt. When somebody say I'm in love with you, but they still carrying on like a rat, or moving like a snake. So what do you really love? Because it ain't me. Or do you know what love really is? Because you don't love me. That's what I'm saying. Tell me more, Spirit. You got 90s babe. So somebody's in nostalgic. Oh, that's what it is. Damn near bit my tongue. That's what it is. Somebody's in nostalgic energy over the way you love them. hmm But this is an emotionally unavailable person who wants to control you. This is somebody misses what you gave them, your love, time, and attention. But it's mainly because they want to control it. They want to still have access to you. Yeah. Wow. And this fell. Double-minded. So this person, whoever this person is in your life, I'll put it to you like this. They are dealing with um this person's in two minds. So yeah, do they feel like they love you? Yeah. Maybe their higher self loves you, right? Maybe their higher self appreciates you. But this person is dealing with entity attachments that are within their bloodline that is dealing with them. That's why they're in this double-minded energy. They hot and cold. It is a personality disorder. As a matter of fact, it's one of those cluster Bs. But it all depends on if this person is covert or overt. Are they predatory or are they vulnerable? Right? But it says inability to think rationally or make simple decisions. Double-minded person is restless and confused in their thoughts, their actions, and his behavior, such as a person is always in conflict with themselves. So, when a person like this is in this type of energy and they desire is to control you because they want to possess your energy. They want to possess you because you come with that energy. Sometimes they want to extract your energy. You know what I'm saying? Harvest it like a fucking vampire. You know what I'm saying? Mess with you, try to get in your head, play with you. That's what they want. One moment, and then sad because it's tearing you up. So it's like they can't have a rag doll to suck that energy from for life, because either they're gonna suck you dry, right? Or they're gonna have to release you. This person wants control. And also they need to deal with their emotions they're not dealing with. This person needs help. They don't know who they are, who they want to be. This person needs a lot of help. And instead of getting help, they want to latch on to you. They are like a, oh, what's that thing? Like not an eel, but I forgot what they call them thing. Leech. This person would be like a spiritual leech, mental leech. Like they would just attach themselves to you and just try to suck all the goodness out of you, to find some type of balance and stability, right? But this person right here is sick and they need help. They need help. Oh, bottom of the deck. Let's see. Yeah, fishy offer. So this person is not only would they come to you with a fishy offer to try to keep you in their life or to be in your life. It all depends on where they are to you, or who they are to you. But it's more deception. Fraudulent, insincere, it's worthless. It's almost like you can smell what's in that cup a mile away. And you thinking to yourself, well, why would you try to offer me that? What am I going to do with a dead fish and all them nasty little fried flies? Are you trying to make me sick? But they're so sick in their mind, they don't realize they offer is sick. People, when they are in those energy attachment situations, right? They don't even see what they're doing wrong. That's how sick they are. They don't see how they're harming the connection. They just want to control you. It's not gonna make sense, because it don't make sense to me. But if you don't go through some of this in a little something, something in life, it's hard to recognize how low people can go just to hold on to you, just to keep themselves attached. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said they all the animals tonight? Yeah, they the snake, what's this? The alligator or the crocodile, I don't know which one that is. The rat, the old funky ass fish. Yeah. But this person, whoever this person is in this double minded energy, remembers who you are and how you treated them. And somewhere in their higher conscious, in their higher being, they really do, they love that about you. They love how you treated them. But this person will give you the worst instead of their best. And it's because they need to go get some help, is what I'm seeing here. Because this spells a lot of cluster B mental illness. I'm not diagnosing anybody, but that's the behaviors that are coming through. That's the behaviors that are coming through. Somebody is in some deep ass misery. Somebody in this very, like, this is the type of person will say, woe is me a lot. And they may not say it like that, but they will say something like, damn, I ain't got no money. And nobody never wants to help me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody does this for me. And they stay there, right? This is a person that will self-loathe but not see the blessings they have. This is like five of cup energy. Just be worried about all the things they don't have instead of appreciation of what they do have, right? Or what they do have is still ain't shit, and they don't want to go get nothing else. There's that too. They'd rather stay in that low vibrational energy and keep what it is that they've been getting, and that's it. And then, what I found out is when somebody wants to be like a vulnerable narc, well, they don't want to be, but they become a vulnerable narc, or just somebody who's very victim conscious, victim minded. The victimhood is a covert way of getting attention. It's a way of hiding behind some kind of pain so that people will feel sorry enough for them and do things for them and or keep them around. You know, the type of person that'll say, "Oh, you gonna leave just like everybody else left." Not realizing, well, if everybody else left it, you must be the common denominator why everybody leaves. This is the type of person that they don't want to pull themselves out of the depressive energy that they're in because this is normal to them. It's so normal to them that they don't really see nothing wrong with that. Playing a victim always got them what they wanted, until it don't. It gets attention until it don't. And this dark code that they're coming from, you know what I'm saying? Those people are the same way, just everybody behaves and expresses it different. Wherever they're coming from, you'll see various degrees of that narcissism. You'll have your overt ones that's just disrespectful, rude, could be even violent. You know what I'm saying? You got those quiet ones that they just sit in they broad and they become the martyr for the wild ones, right? That everybody can't stand, and people don't like it, and they don't understand why they don't keep people in their life. Well, one, you sucking people dry because you don't want to change, you don't want to grow, you want to sit in this victim mentality, you want to suck people dry, and you want to control them. And it's like a really passive way of attempting to control somebody, and all because they're double-minded and they need to get some type of help because this in and out energy, this hot and cold, this up, this down, this chaos that they got going on, they need to find some fucking balance. They don't have the ability to think rationally. I think, it's commendable when a person realizes, oh shit, I might need some help. Maybe I do need to go see somebody. Maybe I do need to kind of unpack what's going on. Maybe I need to understand. And it come to a certain level of acceptance, they can go ahead and change. They can grow. They can become more mentally and emotionally mature. You know what I'm saying? But if they're comfortable being a rat and they're opportunistic and cunning and all of those things, foul mouth, whatever, if they discard people, like they get people in their life, and then, well, this one won't do it no more, I'll go find somebody else, they're never going to be happy and they're never going to be satisfied. But what Spirit said to you, collective, is just keep listening to me. Meaning, your ancestral guides, your spirit guides, they communicate with you some way. Sometimes, for some people, it's a sign and synchronicities. Sometimes it's the deep knowing. You are hearing, almost, right? Everybody's gifts is a little different. But what happens is when you finally, I would say, it's kind of like when you get still and you say, you know what, Spirit, I'm done going back and forth with these people. I'm done being a part of these circus. I don't want to be involved. Or I see the circus over there and I don't want to be drawn in. When you have those conversations with spirits that are, all right, good. You listening now? You paying attention? Let me show you. When they have that baby shower, don't go. You want to send something, send it. Don't go. You won't miss nothing. You know why? Because if you don't go, listen to me. Let me show you. Then what happens is you don't go to the shower. You had a feeling about it anyway. And next thing you know, you heard it was the rumble in the jungle. It was something that went down. The baby father had two baby mamas. And next thing you know, everybody fighting. There's all this chaos and conflict. And guess who wasn't there for it? You. Why? Because you listen to Spirit. You let Spirit guide you up out of that foolishness instead of being in it for the sake of, oh, is this my family? I gotta go. No, you ain't gotta do shit. You ain't gotta do nothing. In my family, you say, I ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die. But that's just us. I mean, you don't have to. You're not required. People will obligate the hell out of you, but you're not. What you're obligated to do is take care of yourself, your immediate family, right? Where you live. You know what I'm saying? Your job, your bills, your responsibility. That's what you're obligated to do. I'm just saying. Spirit will help you avoid a lot of pitfalls if you just listen. Tell me more about this. Be careful who you're listening to. Sucker for love. Yeah. Also, don't be nobody's sucker either. Because you love what, love hard, or you love for the sake of love. And, sometimes people do things because they want the attention of others. You know what I'm saying? That's that part of that people pleasing. Okay, I'm gonna give a big gift so everybody be so proud of me. You know, show me off. Don't be that person. Don't be a sucker for love. Sucker for attention, sucker for validation that feels like praise. Don't be that person. Because that'll get you in a lot of tight spots too. Tell me more, Spirit. One at a time. Damn sticky deck. Return back to center. Okay. So listen, you're going to get a lot of hate. You're going to get a lot of hate. But Spirit said you're protected. It says, until you do right by me, everything you think about going to crumble. So you got somebody in this rat energy, this reptile energy, giving fishy offers, trying to curse you. But the thing is, they don't realize they're cursing themselves. And when you listen to your spirit guides tell you to step out of a situation, don't get caught up in that. Don't get involved. Sometimes it ain't even about you not showing up. You'll get the phone call. Guess what, cuz? Such and such and such and such, such happened. And da-da-da-da-da, we about to ride at dawn. And you realize, wait a minute, hold up. You mean the two baby mamas getting ready to fight over that dude again? You want me to ride out? I'm gonna sit this one out. I can't do it because she doing that to herself, or he did that to himself. Whatever the case may be, you're not getting involved. People are not being able to hook you in. People will hate you for that, for not showing up for their drama and getting involved. But Spirit said, don't even worry about it. They can hate all they want. Anything they wish on you, they gonna get it back by 10. Okay? It ain't gonna just go their way. They're not gonna be able to just carry on. Oh no. Spirit said we got tricks up our sleeves for anybody come against our beloved. Our earth angel. Like, how dare you? Tell me more, Spirit. Homeless. Oh, okay. And this is the same message. It just popped in from last night. Or was it last night or the night before? Whoever could be coming to you, trying to pull you into their rat energy or whatever, that's being opportunistic with you, they may need a place to stay. Yep, there you go. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? We got it in our bloodlines. We got it in our bloodlines where these people are haters because you don't want to be pulled into some nonsense. They want to be able to talk about you, make things up about you. It's in my horoscope. I read it somewhere. They said people will lie about you all the time. And I'm like, word? Wow. I never knew. I never knew. But I tell you what, I'm of a certain age. I don't give a fuck what lie you tell about me. You go ahead. You could scream that lie. I do not care. You could give a lie a 2-week head start and the truth will always catch it. So I don't sit there and argue and defend myself for everybody on some, this person lied on me. Because what? For what? For what? At the end of the day, the beginning of the day, I'm still going to be me unapologetically. And as long as I'm listening to spirit, I am protected. it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Whoever you are, right? If you're not the one in this rat energy and this cold-blooded, off and on, double-minded energy, and you are the victim of this stuff when people are trying to project onto you, just keep listening to spirit direct you away from it, because they're protecting you that way. You know, I don't care how protected you are, you can uncover. Like, it's like you walking in the rain, right? It's raining everywhere, but your umbrella is fucking fantastic, right? You walking in the buildings, your hair is intact, your clothes are dry. And meanwhile, everybody else is soaked, but your umbrella is like no other. Everybody that see you dries you came from outside? Wow, what kind of umbrella you got? That's spiritual protection, right? But listen, if you want to be in the mix and you want to get wet, then put the umbrella down and you can lose it. Meaning you run toward the drama, you gonna get wet. You're not going to avoid it if you do not listen to your spirit. So spirit is saying, I'm here to protect you, but you gotta listen. You gotta stay away from people's stuff. Okay? You got to stay away from people's stuff. Do you want to be homeless because they are? They got all that adversity. They resilient. I mean, you're resilient, but still, you have to be this in survival mode. Be endure and be vulnerable. This is, like I said, a vulnerable. This is a vulnerable narc type energy. This person is homeless, or in within their home, they feel orphaned, so to speak, meaning they don't feel included. Everybody got a different mindset, a me for me. You know what I'm saying? Then they come together to go after people, but then they back to me for me. That's not a home. That's a shelter. Tell me more, Spirit. What's the challenge in the lesson? If you are this person, peace. Oh. Well, let me finish the channel message I was about to say. If you were this person's peace, okay, they feel homeless not when they're not in your presence, because again, they're vampiric. They need your energy, or they feed off your energy in some kind of way. But without that willingness to get help for whatever they got going on, that entity attachment, that mindset, that, you know what I'm saying, a narc 99% of the time is not going to change, right? But if this person is presenting narcissistic tendencies but not a full-blown narc, there may be a chance if they try. They could stay in that energy forever. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. Everybody's different. That's why you can't just diagnose somebody other than for your sake of understanding what they're behaving like. What I'm hearing, though, is you're going to have to cut some cords. Okay, you release your detach from them. You gain your clarity, that gives you your empowerment, and then you need to call your energy back, and you need to enact boundaries so you can heal. All right, you got to pull it back from these individuals. That's what this whole reading has been about. You know what kind of energy you're dealing with, that rat energy, that opportunistic, greedy ass energy, right? Don't feed it. Don't give it none. Pay it dust. Let them choke. Let them choke. Listen. They had this drink back in the day, I think by E&J. I used to like this drink called, what was it called? Bailey's. I love Bailey's, right? I'm not a drinker, but, I do know the taste that I like if I do drink something. So I like Bailey's. It's smooth, it's creamy, doesn't really taste much like alcohol, but it is, so I'm careful. So E&J came out with their own little cream liqueur, and Spirit got an interesting way of letting you know when something is not for you. Because I tried to drink this. I tried it. I put it in a cup, some ice, or whatever I did, and I started to drink it, and it felt like cotton going down my throat. My throat was dry. My throat getting dry right now. Hold on, y'all. we're talking about throat dry, right? So my throat was dry every time I felt like I'm swallowing cotton. So I said, you know what? Every time I tried it maybe once or twice, and I said, nah, I don't think this is for me. And everybody around me could drink it just fine. Oh, it tastes great. That is wonderful. I'm like, nah. You could drink that? Yeah, I drink. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm like, it ain't meant for me to drink that. And so I didn't. I always had signs when I ain't supposed to do something. I realized, okay, maybe hey, the reaction I'm getting is telling me I'm not supposed to have it. So guess what? I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone. You gotta listen. Listen to your mind. Listen to your spirit. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you when you're not supposed to be somewhere or who you're not supposed to be around. And you may test the limits of fate, but spirit is going to show you what you need to know and what you should be avoiding. Tell me more, spirit. It says, I'm not a one in a million type of love. I'm a once in a lifetime type of experience. So, you had to cut it back from somebody because if you were somebody's um tool of that vampire, spirit wants you to give boundaries because you're not somebody to trifle with. And if they was not if your person was meant in this lifetime to come across you for a reason, for healing, for learning what love is unconditionally, or whatever it is that you brought to the table. They were here for a reason to meet you, and vice versa. You are here to learn how to cut people off, how to detach, how to have boundaries, how to heal yourself, right? Because your healing helps others heal, right? This person, on the other hand, was supposed to learn lessons from you. They were supposed to learn how to love. They were supposed to learn how to appreciate what they had. They were supposed to learn whatever lessons that you brought to them. That's what they were also here to do. But it's not your fault if they don't get the lesson. It's not if you do what you came to do. Hey, somebody said, do you ever, this is on Twitter, she said, do you ever feel that you were assigned to someone to love them? And I was like, yeah, actually I do. For a lot of people, actually. But then there's some assignments that are completed. You're not meant to be doing that for them anymore, right? You came in, you did what you were contracted to do, and they did not cooperate contractually. You gotta let them go. You have to cut the cord. You have to detach. You have to surrender that connection, especially when it becomes an unhealthy connection due to this person not being able to rise to the occasion. Some people just can't. If they're in that victim mentality, they're not ready to grow. They're not willing to grow, and therefore they won't. And if you allow them to keep staying in the same behavior, then guess what? They stay in the same behavior. And y'all stay in a cycle. And y'all traumatize each other. And it gets nowhere, right? You ain't learned your lesson and they ain't learned their lesson. Somebody gotta go and learn their lesson. So if that means they leave you, they ghost you, or they hang around and they try to suck you dry, you have to learn to detach no matter what the circumstances are. You gotta learn to detach. What's the bottom of the deck? Yeah, move on. Move around. Real estate. You gotta get your new beginning. Your sanctuary. Your growth. Your stability. It's time. It's time for you to release that energy. They could be homeless if that's what they want. It's okay. You gotta go. Because spirit is gonna lead you up out of that situation. And they're gonna expect that you keep the umbrella of protection over you. Now you put it down for a second, you're gonna get drenched. It's your choice. You always have a choice. Let's get some little tarot on this and we up out of here. I hope this message is helpful. Hope it makes sense. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Let me know how the reading resonates with you. Oh, Empress energy. There you go. This is you being unapologetically yourself, full of love. You know the Empress is pregnant. She is the embodiment of love. Okay? Creativity and abundance. Anything you bring to her, she can magnify it if it's good. You bring something foul to an Empress, she's not going to deal with it. She has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding because the Empress is above all queens. She's not a queen. She is the queen. She is the queen that the queens strive to be. Okay, so that's what this is. You are in that Empress energy. Get it? Tell me more about the rat then. Okay, a rat. Oh, the rat, they want to plot party and bullshit and party and bullshit. Whoever the rat energy is, they about that they would like a reunion with you. Okay, this person would like to reconvene with you. If you are in separation with this person, they want to come back. They want to celebrate life with you. They want to throw something back with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a big but on there. Because I'm not seeing change here. Maybe they're understanding who you are because you're not a one in a million. You're once in a lifetime, right? But spirit is directing you to go ahead and cut them cords. Yeah, because they did the most. They did their big one, and you're recovering. And so I get you are recovering. You're not sitting in the heartbreak that they tried to leave you in. They might be, but you're not. Mm-mm. You pulled them three of swords. So it's like if somebody betrayed you, let's say you sat in that emotion for a little bit, you was hurt. Spirit said you're healing. You pulled them swords out your heart. You patched up the holes, right? Now you're just waiting for things to heal. Tell me more. And then we got unequal give and take. So that was part of the problem. This person did well. Ain't no part of the problem. That was the problem, right? There was not an equal give and take. So even this person, for every 10 things you did, this person may have done one thing. You know what I'm saying? And in some ways, I feel like they knew they had to do a little something or look like they was doing something so you wouldn't catch on to the fact that how completely one-sided this relationship is with whoever this is or how much they weren't giving you. If and I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, well, I mean, I know I do all of that, but they gave me such and such. Okay, sound like a fishy offer to me, but all right. And then you've done, that person will name another 20 things they did. But then there was this one time. You get what I'm saying? You start to recognize, like, oh shit, this is a very unequally matched situation. Now, maybe this person doesn't have the finances to do what you do, okay? But that doesn't mean that they can't be, um, well, for lack of a better word, because something else is trying to come out of my mouth, but giving in the relationship. They can give too. They have the ability to give. They have to want to. They have to take the action to. And if they're not, that becomes a challenge and a lesson. How do you turn off that tap of you giving too much and not receiving? Tell me more. Yeah. And we back to this nine of daggone swords. So this is the person that has a lot of gift to gab. You know what I mean? This is the type of person want to come in like they want to fight for you. They want to, oh, we gotta be together. Uh, oh, my throat chakra. Yeah, somebody throat chakra is crazy. Matter of fact, they don't know what to say. Yes, reciprocal is the word. But this person don't know what to say because their throat chakra is more than likely blocked, really. Why? Because they can't come in with bullshit. So if you're not going to accept bullshit, then what they going to say if they only coming to give you bullshit, right? Nothing. Ain't nothing they can say, right? Bottom of the deck. I feel like this could be you, your energy, or this is your spirit guides protecting you. Spirit also said this person might be in the King of Swords, know it all, maybe an air sign. But your ancestors got your back hard body, okay? And this person can't get past this sword. They could be, look, they could be on this type time, but that's what they're gonna get met with. So this is a knight coming to a king. He ain't ready for that king energy. He ain't ready for that sword to come down. And as you can see, this particular king is not resting on his loins. He's not just chilling. He ready, okay? And he's well equipped. He's covered. That knight ain't got a chance messing with that king of swords. That Peter David type energy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got a chance. Oh, well, yeah, spirits are guiding you to that fell. That was on the bottom of the deck as I picked up the deck. I mean, it fell rather. And so spirit is guiding you to move on, to keep your peace in your boundaries, to drop the burdens. Let these burdens go. Don't hold on to nobody from no standpoint of obligation. It's not necessary. Go work on your new beginning. Go make your money. Go buy your house. Go set up your foundation. Go start your business. Go to your school. Go get your new beginnings. Go travel. Go set up life somewhere else. Go move. You know. Go release this. This person ain't ready for you. Ain't nowhere near healing. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. This is a this is a liar. This is a poser type energy. This person front hard. Let that go. Don't hold on to that. Okay? It's not healthy because they're attached to a lot of unhealthy entities that spirits that they're unwilling to detach from. I don't care how much they see you as this Empress energy. I don't care how much they want to reconcile with you, you know, or heal the situation, whatever. It don't matter. This person is in an unhealthy energetic attachment with others. Let them be with the dark cult that they want to be with. You know, it's okay. Let them. Let them go so you can keep your peace. All right. So that's your reading. Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, that's cool. Don't take it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right. And thank you. Oh wait. And when you subscribe, ring that bell. I want to thank you for coming, and I hope to be here. Let's see. Looking at my nights. It's looking good for tomorrow night. I think I'll be here tomorrow. Been pretty consistent this week. So I think I'll be here tomorrow. You know, just look out for me. I may have put up the downloaded message, or I might just show up. All right. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through. Lati. Oh, yeah. So Lati, I was just saying earlier before you got on that my daughter graduated today with honors. And so proud of her. So graduation was fairly early, but we are proud of homegirl. She did her thing. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night and peace, y'all.